I am Isha Oto Amiza. I'm the former Member of Parliament for Oyam County South. I have been a known civil and political activist for people's rights and development which serves the common man. First, I want to express my displeasure and disappointment to the government of Uganda and the agencies of government that are responsible for games and sports in the country. That is the National Council of Sports and the Federation of Football Association, FOFA, for the recent event which took place as a result of Uganda being accorded the opportunity to host Afcon 2027. I was very outraged and displeasured and frustrated by the fact that after a visit by officials from CAF, from FOFA, and from National Council of Sports, under the stewardship of the Ministry of Education and Sports, to Lira, and particularly to Akiibua Memorial Stadium site. We were only told later that Uganda is going to host Afcon, but Akiibua will not be one of the proposed stadium to host this game. And yet, in our understanding, Akiibua was one of the key name of stadium that was submitted to CAF to host this game, and it was the basis on which Uganda was selected to host the game. And we then thought that that was a big opportunity to remember, to recognize our legend, a hero, and the only first gold medalist for Uganda, Africa, and the world in Munich, Germany, which was a great opportunity for us to recognize his contribution in the sports industry and history of Uganda. Nonetheless, now that they have diverted it, we still think and feel strongly as a people that we are not going to let it go, because the game is yet to come in 2027 and we are left with 4 years to go. And there is nothing that can be used as an excuse to sift the originally agreed position that Akiibua was going to host the game to another site in Bugingo, in Oima, which is even not existing. So we have decided as a people and as activists to petition CAF, the Confederation of African Football, in their headquarters in Egypt, Cairo. We petitioned the Secretary General to say, as a people of Uganda, we reject and denounce the position which was taken by the sporting organizations in Uganda, of course in consultation with Afcon. We reject the decision of not allowing Akiibua to host the game. And we have also asked them to investigate the circumstances under which Akiibua's name was left out from the list of sporting stadium to host Afcon 27. And we have also asked them to quickly rescind that decision and ensure that Akiibua Memorial Stadium is prepared to host the game. If that is not happening, we have asked them to consider relocating the event to other countries. Because in our view, there was fraud, there was a political interference, there was a foul play in the decision that were taken, and we suspected from unconfirmed sources that there was underground lobbying using huge amount of money to buy off the position which Akiibua could have taken as a stadium. And shifting to Hoima was not a decision which was taken on independent basis, but it was taken on certain inducement by the officials of FOFA, officials of National Council of Sport, and also officials of government. And these are very serious offenses in the sporting industry. And we have made it clear to CAF that if they do not take action, we are going to the International Court of Arbitration for Sports, which is in Netherlands. We are going to petition them equally to take legal action against them, because we are not going to take anything for granted. This is a resolve. As citizens of Uganda, we are going to pursue this matter until we get to its logical conclusion. We are also aware that the members of parliament from the region of Lango held a meeting yesterday, but I was very, very disappointed with the decision they came up with to say they are going to meet President Museveni. Meeting President Museveni is like going to say, we are going to tell the master of these ends, which I rear at home, that I want to eat, excuse me, and I want to take one of you.
You can repeat that one.
Excuse me. I was very disappointed by the decision taken by Lao Parliamentary Group to say one of the key things they are going to do is to go and meet with President Museveni. My question is, what are they going to meet President Museveni for? They know those who came with their reports. They know people who took the decision. And they know the president was just informed also, just like any other entity of government. The Ministry of Education and Sports, the National Council of Sports, Federation of Uganda Football Association are directly responsible for this. I don't know what they expect from President Museveni. My view is that maybe they want President Museveni, as usual, how he does his things, to facilitate them to come and calm the people of Lango, which has been their usual method of doing business. But not to go and lobby for having Akiibua to be enlisted among the stadia to host Afcon. I find it very strange that members of parliament could not raise this matter on the floor of parliament. After learning this, I expected them to raise it as a very strong matter of national importance, where the entire parliament of Uganda would have been brought on board. And parliament of Uganda would have taken a decision that would have then advised government on what to do, which they have ignored. So that means there is some gap on who should help the people. And that's why, as activists, we have taken up this matter, and we are not going to lie low. We are going to continue to pursue it as a people, because it is us who pay the tax here, the local people of Lango, and we are also calling upon members of parliament to come and hold a meeting in Lao with their people, so that we see what we can do within the period left. If government of Uganda is not committed to funding Akiibua, our strong view is that Lao can mobilize themselves and build their own stadium as a private stadium in honor of Akiibua. It has been built all over the world. Garoga has also built his stadium there in Uganda here. And if you go to Europe, there are many stadia which are built by individuals or they are built by communities. And actually, even funds can build their own stadium. Supporters of football, if you go to London, you have Manchester Ward, you have this one. These are built by people, not necessarily by government. So our view is that instead of wasting time, we should come back, mobilize the people of Lao, mobilize our friends, mobilize the partners, mobilize friends of Akiibua, who knows the contribution and the legacy Akiibua has left for the sporting industry in the world, to support the construction of Akiibua. And that is our view, and we have made a resolve that we are going to pursue that cause relentlessly. if President Museveni and his government do not want to construct a stadium in Lango, well, we have no problem. We have been fighting for what is good for us. We shall continue to fight for what is good for us as citizens of Uganda.
Why have people lost interest in the president and his government? That nobody seems to be sure, even when the minister is promising that the stadium will be built.
You can be lied to once. Somebody can repeat the lie twice. But if the same person repeats the lie thrice, and then you accept the lie, then you are a despicable fool. So you can only allow yourself to be fooled once. And then maybe for error, you allow an error to be fooled twice. But you cannot allow to be fooled thrice. If you are fooled thrice and you accept it, now we have been fooled more than 7 times. Now can we again swallow that foolishness? Remember in 2015, 2016, government even came with a budget. Government allocated 5 billion towards clearing the site and starting the construction. Even the contractor was procured, a Chinese company. Even bush clearing was done. Even the launch was made. But the thing just disappeared. It was not until the issue of Afcon came, then we started hearing, oh, Akiibua has nothing. Akiibua cannot do this. Akiibua cannot. Why? Because this has been lies. And this is not the first time we are being lied to, especially on national infrastructure development, on roads, construction of cultural headquarters, construction of so many things, you can't mention them. Airport, it is only Lango in the entire Uganda that do not have an airfield where a simple airplane can land. Only in Lango. In actually, we have about 3 to 4 airfields. And we have an international airport being constructed. In Karamoja, the most remotest area in the country, we have Akiibua International Airport, which is being constructed. But there are also other airfields where planes go and land. The president travels there all the time with airplanes. We, in all regions, in Teso, we have an international airport in Soroti. Every region has got at least where the airplane can land. It is only in Lango, which government has been here for 40 years, and there is no single airfield where a plane can land. What is this level of foolery? What is this level of hate? What is this level of, disrespect for the citizens of Uganda? Now is the 3rd highest tax-paying community in Uganda. If we are talking of regional blocks in the country, we pay 3rd behind after Mbarara and Ankole region. Of course, Kampala is obvious because of being the capital city. All of us even pay tax from there. But Lango as a community here, we are 3rd in paying tax. If you go to the football sector, the highest people who are paying a lot of tax to URA, when they come for a game in Lira, they pay 30 million to URA for free. In Lango we say, oh, John Pierre, free money you just get. Is here. FOFA gets a lot of money from here. But in the same vein, we are not being considered in all these things. So that means something has gone wrong. Because the first principal person to take the blame wholesomely is President Museveni, who is elected by the people, who is the president of Uganda, and is the fountain of honor, the one who should have seen how he distributes development in the country. It is him. Number 2 is, of course, the line ministry, especially in terms of the sports, in terms of putting Akiibua behind. The line ministry should have focused on it. And the 3rd people who are directly to blame are members of parliament from our region, because they have not been lobbying and putting their feet down to demand for what they deserve, like people from other areas do. Instead, they keep running to President Museveni to get Kitu Kidogo. Instead of going to say, Mr. President, if you don't do this in our area, we are not going to vote for money for this budget. Now they are the ones voting for money to construct Akiibua, to construct Buyinja, to rehabilitate Nakivubo, to rehabilitate Nambole, but they will vote for the money. But when it comes to voting for money, which is meant for constructing Akiibua, they are not there. They keep quiet. They don't bother. It is them to be blamed. I don't blame the local community here.
Why do you think Akiibua's name featured in the first place, then later on it was back up?
The logic is clear. it was very easy to use Akiibua to lobby to get Uganda accorded the opportunity to host the game. Because Akiibua is the only name you can talk about in Uganda in the sporting industry. And so when the world, even somebody in the US, America, or where, when they read about Akiibua International Stadium, they will want to come and play games here to remember a legend. The sporting world is a family, so they want to associate with their family, they want to honor a legend. And that's the basis on which Uganda actually secured the opportunity to host the game. And so the only option was to use Akiibua's name. But it's unfortunate that they used the name selfishly for only satisfying their need to secure the game, but not to honor Akiibua. What a shame to the nation.
So this petition, how are you delivering it? Are you taking personally, are you sending electronically?
No, we have already sent it electronically. And we are already in contact with somebody there who is going to make a follow-up to see how we get our reply back. Yes, we have already sent. Yeah.
So what are some of the demands if your banners very briefly, like in bullets?
No, number one, we want CAF to investigate the circumstances under which the stadium is being selected in Uganda to host Afcon. Number two, we want them to immediately suspend any process of allowing Uganda to host Afcon unless these issues are resolved. And number three, we want CAF to ensure that Akiibua is brought back on the list. Uganda government or the Football Association of Uganda can be directed on what to do by CAF, because CAF is the highest body that supervises their operations and their work. These are the key demands.
But the Ministry of Sports have just told you that we don't have an international airport, the hotels, the facilities are not adequate. So why are you still pushing for this when you don't have all this?
Why did they submit the name of Akiibua International Stadium to ask the CAF if they knew those things were not there? Why? Why did they submit the name there? It is foolhardy for them to claim that the place is not prepared when it is them who submitted the name. So that means they were, in fact, I want them to be investigated against the decision to, if they were just playing a game with the CAF, I want for also to focus to see, look at how unfair, how unhonest, how dishonest CAF, FIFA and the National Council of Sports of Uganda and actually the Ministry of Sports are to lie to the whole world, to lie to CAF that there is a stadium called Akiibua which is having this capacity, and can host this game, and yet they were just telling a lie. So what kind of people are these? So the blame goes back to them. Yes, who should put the airport in Langa? Who should put the stadium in there? Who was building the stadium anyway? What were they doing there in 2015, 2016? So they should stop playing their games.